So good morning, guys. Welcome to the channel. Today we are going to bake crustless pumpkin pie cupcakes. My wife and I, well actually she did most of this, created this because we were on a diet and we needed a very low calorie way to enjoy some sweets. And this is a good way to do it. So right now I'm showing you all the ingredients that we already put together, and we're gonna start building these cupcakes.
Here's the wet ingredients. We're going to start with that in order here. I have them prepared. This is a 29-ounce can, and we need 15 ounces. So I eyeballed about half of the can.
So remember, it's baking, so it is a little science, so get it as close as you can. We're using great value pumpkin today. It's at a good cost. You get a lot of bang for your buck.
Three-quarter cup of Splenda.
So 3/4 cup of Splenda mixed in with your pumpkin.
Two large eggs.
2 large eggs, just break them up and add them to your mixture.
One large egg yolk.
And 1 large egg yolk.
One teaspoon vanilla.
1 teaspoon of vanilla.
Evaporated milk, 3/4 cup.
3/4 cup of evaporated milk. Then stir and incorporate it all together. So now we're incorporating the wet ingredients together as we prepare to add our dry ingredients. As you can see, it's incorporated together very nicely. And now we're going to go on to the dry ingredients.
We're going to do all of the dry together first before we blend them with the wet, okay? And I use this to get all of the lumps out.
So you should sift your ingredients. This way you get a smoother consistency so there's no lumps.
That was 1/3 cup of flour. Now we're going to use 1/3 cup of almond flour. This is a little greenier. 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice comes next. And that can be chunky too, so I'm gonna do that. And then we've got baking soda, salt, and baking powder that I pre-measured here. You see there's some lumps at the bottom. I'm just gonna press those through.
We will be including a picture of the recipe, so if you miss something or you don't hear anything, we'll be able to just follow through the steps. So mix together your entire dry ingredients now that they're sifted. And it's important that you sift because it takes out any lumps. It creates consistency as you're developing your batter, your mix.
We also want to make sure that, you know, the salt gets all the way distributed, baking soda and baking powder distributed real nice. Okay, you're gonna add them to the.
So now we're gonna take the dry ingredients and incorporate them into the wet ingredients. Take your whisk, mix them together, try to evenly get the dry ingredients mixed through your wet. Come together really nice. Like I said, try to get everything mixed really, really good. Welcome back to the video. So we have all the ingredients, wet and dry, incorporated together, and we're gonna put in our silicone cupcake cups, the batter now, so we can get it ready for baking.
80% full, no higher.
The other thing we want to say is, as you're mixing your wet and dry, we forgot to say this before, do not overwork your mixture. Don't use a blender. Don't use, you know, a bulk motor. Just do it by hand. It's very easy to do. So you fill your cups, as my wife said, at 80%.
I'm doing a little bit less and then I'm going to go back and fill them so that they're all about the same height.
Yeah, so if you keep them consistent in height, you get a more consistent bake in your oven. So these are really, really delicious. And again, if you're on a diet, they're low calorie, about 100 calories, give or take.
That's
good for you.
with the frosting we're going to add.
And that's with this special frosting, this cream cheese frosting. Now, we're not going to be making the cheese cream frosting today live, but we will include the recipe at the end, and we'll show you the finished product when we're done. So now that we filled the cups, this makes between 10 and 12 cupcakes when you're done. Chris?
So today we only ended up filling 10. That's fine. Once you get them all roughly at 80%, we're going to wrap them on the table. This helps get them even and breaks up any air bubbles. So you're going to get a nice result at baking. Okay. So that looks pretty good. We're going to put them in the oven at 335 preheated oven for 18 minutes.
Go to the oven now and get them ready. And there you go. So 18 minutes, we'll be right back at you. So guys, we're back. We're at 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One thing we wanted to state about when you're baking times may vary slightly depending on your oven. So we just want to let you know that. Now they're out of the oven. They're piping hot, so do be careful when you move them over to cool.
I really should wait a few minutes before I do this.
Just be careful as you're doing it. It's like don't touch the hot dish and then you touch the hot dish. That's how it usually works. So she's going to use a spatula to take them off. Protects your hands. Also makes it pretty easy. So this is a seasonal favorite that we actually enjoy all year long.
There's a slight bit of moisture on there, but it's going to continue cooking while it sits. The toothpick showed that there was some moisture there, but it's okay because remember, we're mimicking a pumpkin pie here. It's going to be super moist when it's cold and ready to eat. All right, these have to chill. I mean, they're going to go in the refrigerator before we can put on icing. But right now I'm going to let them cool off with the fan. And in about 15 minutes, I'm actually going to remove them from their cupcake holders to further help them because there's so much moisture in there. We're going to have to let the steam out. But they're too hot to handle right now.
We'll be back to you in 15 minutes or so.
It's been about 10 minutes, and what I'm doing now is using gravity to help me make sure that the sides are released. Because remember, we have no crust, and we're dealing with essentially a pumpkin pie. So we're going to be removing these from their cups, and before they set, they will finish setting soon. So I'm making sure that they're going to release
from the silicone cupcake.
Right, from the silicone. Okay. All right, once I've separated all the sides, now I'm going to take them out. Carefully, they release, and they're hot on the bottom and they're very moist. We want them to cool. So here we go. There's the last one. They all came out nice and clean.
They look good, huh? They look really tasty.
So we're going to let them cool off a little bit, maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And afterwards, we're going to put them in the refrigerator to continue chilling. It's been 20 more minutes. They're cooled off now enough to put in the fridge. I'm putting them in this container that later when they're cold, we're going to apply the frosting right in the container. So I'm trying to keep them away from each other to make it easier later when we frost.
Oh, that frosting's so good. You could just eat it like a can of whipped cream in your mouth.
This will be in here, you know, at least an hour. So these cupcakes have been in the refrigerator for an hour and a half. So I'm taking them out. I've got homemade cream cheese frosting, and we'll talk about that later. But I actually made this in advance and had it in the freezer. So now it's been in the fridge enough to where I can work with it. And as it warms up, it's easier. But what we're gonna do, this, I'm no expert at this, okay? But for us, it works. We love the frosting, and yeah, it's really cold. Maybe we'll come back and show you one after it's warmed up a little bit more. But you can see the intent here is that I'm gonna cover this cupcake in a circle. I have the frosting in the bag and I cut a corner open. Now if you have, you know, proper tools to do this fancy, you can. If you want to put on less frosting or no frosting, you can do that too. But I'm going to frost just about all of these with the cream cheese icing because it's a really nice complement to pumpkin pie flavor.
Yeah, so if you have a piping bag or bakery items that you use, you can get fancy. So if you're doing it for the holiday, you can make it more appropriate for the table. But no matter how you cut it, whether you do it with a piping bag or a Ziploc bag, it tastes really good when you eat it. So we showed you how we did it with the cream cheese icing, or you could do it like a traditionalist, like a Thanksgiving pie, and just put, you know, Ready Whip on or Aldi brand, and it tastes just wonderful. Whatever way you like it is the way to eat it. You should even eat it plain. So we're gonna cut it open, take a look at what it looks like inside. It's just like a pumpkin pie. Now, if you cook it a little longer, you'll get a more cakey version. This is more like a pumpkin pie. As you can see, the texture is nice and wet, and it's truly delicious. And I'm gonna take a bite of this.
You can pick it up and handle it, which is really convenient.
But we're gonna take a piece of this and eat it. Back shortly.
I do want to point out that after you've frosted them, you can chill them for an hour again so that the frosting hardens, and then you can simply wrap them up and freeze them. I take mine and put them in saran wrap. I've just put it face down, frosting down first, and wrap it up and put it in a Ziploc bag or something, and they'll freeze for a good 2 months. And it's nice to just have a few at a time. You can take them out and let them sit for a few hours, or microwave them on low power for 25 seconds. And there you go. So you don't have to have a whole dozen out to eat at one time. You can control your portions by freezing some of them.
So to review, we're you know, our crustless pumpkin pie cupcakes. They're low calorie, so they're about 100 calories with the cream cheese icing on them, which is good for a lot of people. We use Splenda in them, so that they're even lower calories, and they're probably good for people that can't have sugar. So we want to go in closing here. I'm going to attach at the end the picture of both the icing recipe and the pumpkin cupcake recipe. Hope you enjoy. Please comment and subscribe to our channel. We're looking forward to doing more of these for you. And as you can see, as you continue on and the icing gets thinner, it makes it nicer and easier. So enjoy, and we'll speak with you soon. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.